If you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description and you'll find items such as this, a soy story. All right, this is a really funny thread that we're going to go through. This is from a guy who's a historian of Japan, came from Harvard, and only tweets very interesting things per his own bio. So I saw this, okay, and I thought, there's no way this is real. This has got to be fake. It's not. I did a quick little Google search, saw it over at Target, and it's absolutely 100% real. Monopoly Socialism Edition. Winning is for capitalists. So as you can see here, we got the whole board layout. Really funny stuff. He's going to break it down. You can see he's all mad about it. Adult twist on the classic board game. Totally a parody too. Does not make this... Does not have any qualms about saying capitalism is better. So in the Monopoly Socialism game, players move around the board working together to create a better community by managing and contributing to projects such as a no-tip vegan restaurant, an all-winners school, or a museum of co-creation. But nobody said that cooperation is easy. Drawing a chance card presents the flip side of striving for the perfect utopian society. You'll have issues with your neighbors, and DIY community projects go awry. You're constantly voting to shake things up, and there's always an emergency that requires dipping into the community fund. Contribute all 10 of your chips to win the game, unless the community fund runs out of money and everyone loses. So much for a socialist utopia. All right, so let's see what this guy's mad about. As you can see here, he has 3.5 retweets to 7.6 likes. That means people are sharing this and making fun of it because they're not liking his thread. Got terribly ratioed from what I could tell as well. But I bought a copy of Hasbro's mean-spirited and woefully ill-formed Monopoly Socialism board game, so you don't have to. A thread. Why do they always announce that it's going to be a thread? It's going to be a thing. Who does this? Oh, people that live on Twitter. That's right. So, from the tagline, winning is for capitalists, we can see right away that this game is not going to be friendly to whoever it deems socialism to be, because, as well as we know, socialists never play sports or participate in any kind of sports of competitive activity like board games. Interestingly, the design of the game features the red socialist rose. Do ordinary people who presumably hate socialism really know what this symbol even is? The player tokens include a typewriter, an old-timey phone, a pocket watch, and a phonograph, and a CRTV television set, presumably because socialism is so incredibly outdated. Kind of is. The problem is most people don't want it. Just you crazy NPC people want it. And it's refreshing to see this get made. This is going to get people all triggered up. Watch, I'm sure. Spaces on the board include a snarkily named hospital and school, because apparently schools are supposed to produce losers and hospitals are only supposed to help some of the people. We're all winners, school. Health care for the hospital. Pay to bank to self-develop. Payouts from bank for fully developed projects. Payouts from bank for fully developed color set. So usually like community, like people's dollars here, which are kind of funny as well. I love that they call it "We're All Winners School." That's so beautiful. There are a ton of references to health food and veganism, despite the lack of any clear connection to socialism, apparently because what they share in common is that they are odious things that are fun to mock. So, dairy-free coffee shop, no-tip vegan restaurants. Go over to the other one here. Everyone loves the homemade granola you brought for community lunch. Place one of your chips on any open contribution space, excluding your own, and pay 10 people's dollars to the project manager. Everyone loves the tofu chip cookies you made in honor of Karl Marx's birthday. Place one of your chips on any open contribution space, excluding your own. It's also crucial to mock environmentalism because, haha, as we all know, environmentalism is stupid and hilarious. It kind of is. When you people make a big deal about it, it kind of is. Play this card immediately. Time to plant some trees downtown. Hope you have a green thumb. You catch your neighbor using a plastic straw to drink from a disposal cup. Remove another player's chip from the project card and return it to them. This is hilarious. This is really great. I love this game. I want to support it. I think I'm going to order it after this. Even though I'll probably never play it. But I want to support good ideas. It goes without saying that this game is entirely uninterested in trying to understand what socialism actually is and how it might function. For example, there is a community fund, and if a player doesn't have enough money to pay for something, the community fund automatically pays the difference, which seems kind of socialist at first glance. But the community fund is gleefully and deliberately designed to be constantly running out of money. At this point, the only way to fill it back up and keep the game going is for players to donate money to it voluntarily. Sounds like it's pretty dead on to me, considering the money always runs out. Look at the countries that use the model that you like so much. Just saying. They run out of money. So it continues on. So this is not really a socialist model. It's more of a billionaire philanthropy model. It's aching to conservatives constantly saying if Warren Buffett likes taxes so much, why doesn't he just donate to the IRS? That's a different problem. That's not your problem and the socialist problem. And then, confusedly, when it's time to pay taxes, the taxes do not go into the community fund, but rather are paid from the community fund to a private bank. Tax time. Socialism doesn't come cheap. Similarly, when you pass go, you get a $50 living wage, which was presumably reduced from the usual $200 to make the point that socialism makes everyone poorer, or some such. It kind of does make everyone poorer. I mean, yeah. But then, when the minimum wage is increased, the wage doesn't actually increase, but instead, once again, for no reason, the community fund pays money to a private bank. I want to point out that I love this card. Play this card immediately. Minimum wage increase. Sucks to be a small business owner. That is beautiful. We go down here. Likewise, because socialism allegedly hates people doing well. A card lets you confiscate wealth from someone with some sort of vote. But then, rather than actually redistributing that wealth to those less well off, the health is simply destroyed and removed from the game. So, you made the point earlier that, you were pointing out that the game points out that people become poorer under this model. And then you literally say right here, you take people's money and then distribute it to other people. So you do, in fact, make people poorer. I'm glad that you admit that. You seem to be doing too well for yourself. That's not how this works. As a community, choose one player to take 5 chips back. Voting is also mocked. Maybe because voting creates market uncertainty. For big banks and monopoly capitalists, from whose perspective the game was apparently designed, voting is portrayed as serving mainly to shake things up, and something socialists are constantly doing. We voted, it's time to shake things up. Swap any one of your project cards for any one of another player's. You may not choose projects. They are part of a complete set. The community fund. No one starts the game with money. So all payments come out of a shared community fund until you start receiving a living wage and earning an income through your developed projects. It's our shared responsibility to donate to the community fund whenever we can and keep it healthy. Chance cards. We might live in a utopia, but that doesn't mean life is perfect. Draw chance cards and experience that flip side. We have issues with our neighbors. Our DIY community projects go awry. We're constantly voting to shake things up. And there's always an emergency that requires dipping into the fund. So then he goes on, of course, the great irony here is that the game we know is as Monopoly originally started as the landlord's game, invented by Georgist feminist comedian Lizzie Magie to satirize the capitalist rent-seeking market. And then, of course, capitalists came in and bought it, made massive amounts of money because that person didn't know what to do with it. But when the game was stolen by a male capitalist, maybe even more brutally and unironically capitalist, and sold to Parker Brothers, who later abused the legal system to get around copyright laws. Ooh. Is that really the story, I wonder? Can someone fill me in? If I had to guess, I'm going to guess, and this is a complete guess, this, evil capitalist man here that bought it from the poor woman, I'm guessing probably bought it. He probably paid her way undervalued from what it was worth and sold it to Parker Brothers. But that's not his fault. That's the name of the game, baby. It's I can't quite figure out who the target audience of this game is. It's people that want to laugh at your politics. That's who the game is for. That's who the game is for. It's pretty simple to see, and I bet you there's a market for it too. People just need to know about it. Hopefully, a few thousand people will find out about it right now. So he goes on to point this one out. Judging by other Hasbro Monopoly games, Monopoly for millennials, this answer to these questions are yes and yes. So, a couple of funny responses. A couple of mad ones, people that are really I'm so mad about this guy. I'm actually shocked something this ignorant and mean-spirited would be produced by a non-fringe company. Seems like something you'd find in a Christian bookstore next to the Kurt Cameron Left Behind films. And this guy, thank you for publicizing this parody of socialism. With any luck, you will have single-handedly improved sales for Hasbro. I couldn't have said this better. Excellent thread. This game sounds spot on. Where can I get a copy? So I think this is beautiful. I'm actually going to buy this. I am 100% going to order this right after this video because this is beautiful. I'm going to buy it just to have it as a joke to show people because I don't know how long do we get things like this? You know what this is meant to do, and you know who it's for, and you know who it was intended to make upset. So I think this is beautiful. I love that they made this. I'm all for this. I would suggest if you can, check it out. Let's support things like this so we can get more of them because the Millennial Edition did the same thing. So anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments on this. Are you going to pick this up? Do you think this is funny? Are you mad about this? Let me know. Like and subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. Please share the video. Let's get the word out there on this to make people upset. And check out my Twitch. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.